Okay, back. Holy sweet friggin' goodness. You know what? No, they just... You know what actually happened here? They completely friggin' ignored Volkert. Friggin', like, Denim and Felicia went off and got married. That's what happened. That was insanity. Anyways, so, back to the story now. So, yeah, Volkert shows up. He's like, hey, check it out. I'm super fast for how nights go. How's your day going? So, yeah. Like, hey, Sistina was part of you guys. Do y'all just dress in yellow or something? They're like, oh, you saved our dude. I guess that's kind of cool that you showed up. Yep. Now you're going to Rhyme, so yeah. He's basically saying, I know, Rhyme's a really bad idea. Why the hell are you going there? Maybe you should come help us out instead. So, yeah, they talk about their numbers. This right here, this is a thing that I really hope, if they ever follow this up somehow, this right here is a little thing that I hope it gets addressed somewhat, because they mention numbers a few times in terms of who's fighting with what numbers, because there's always this kind of assumed thing where, like, you have your main fighting squad and all that, but there's this assumed thing that you have an army behind you somewhere, and you never actually see it. Like, as far as your side, it's entirely left up to the imagination. Correct me if I'm wrong, but seriously, I don't think you ever actually see, like, other... Let's see. As far as just, like, random generics fighting for your side, you have the priest that, what's-his-face? Leonard talks to at the very start. Actually, he talks to them a few times, just kind of trying to find Cashua and all that. You have a few just random soldiers giving reports and stuff, but as far as, like, an army or whatever showing up and helping, like, not even actually helping in a fight, it just would have been nice to, you know, see them around more, you know, just in the background or something. So they don't mention what kind of numbers you're actually fighting with. Obviously, this would be something more along the lines of, you know, they don't want to assume your squad numbers or anything, or adjust for them, because that would be a programming nightmare. But, like, personally, this is, and I know I probably got annoying last time comparing the two. This is something I thought at least Sui 2 did a pretty good job of doing, in terms of you had your main characters, and each of them basically you fought using only your characters, but then as soon as there was a bigger war, each of your characters got assigned basically squads. So, like, for example, you'd have 3, you know, commanding their little platoon over there, and they'd have, you know, like 30 or whatever guys in the thing, and then instead of taking damage, all of their hit points were represented by individual units. So it was like, it was a cool way to do it. But anyway, I know it's a minor gripe, I know, but it's just like one of those little things. So yeah, so their friend was taken by pirates. Like, go save our wizard. We lost our Gandalf. We misplaced him. He fell off a cliff. He was going to fight some fire demon thing, and probably could have just, oh, I don't know, blown up the bridge while the thing was on it. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, self-serving proposition. He makes a point. You don't have options. I need people. Make it happen. So yeah, handful of pirates, basically fight the pirates, get a boat, use that boat, go save somebody else. That's a good way to do it. So now, whether or not we end up recruiting Sistina, dude, Ashwa, what is your problem? That is twice now that you've found yourself on the same side as them, and you know the other guys are really, really, really into the whole propaganda thing. Their whole story about, everybody lying about him seems pretty solid. Just saying. Also, really? Like, considering everything, Cashua, why? Yeah, you do. Actually, if he had gone and murdered an entire town, you would still be entirely behind him and completely have faith in him. Like some sort of, bizarre Stockholm syndrome. Oh well. Yeah, Cashwa comes off as a little bit insane. Like, especially after you go through all the different routes. Just a little bit nuts. Alright. Now he's got his sweet new sprite. He's lost his helmet. And yeah, looks like Murden. Okay, you two Chuckles are getting sold for food. You did not exactly hold up. Basically, these are good if you're going on a lot of water maps, but seeing as a lot of the, yeah, I get lost. Seeing as a lot of this stuff was more or less... I know, I'm just starting, like, sentences and not finishing them, but... The balance can be seen as relatively similar to KOL in many ways in terms of, you know, baseline balance and stuff like that. So, I think it's fair to say that, yeah, it's going to be the same thing of your need for octopi is entirely dependent on whether or not you're fighting on water maps, which doesn't actually end up happening very often, so you might as well sell them, in my opinion. Just kind of based off this run. That's kind of where my current opinion stands on those. Now, let's see. First off, did I ever get Vulcan Lance 2? No. Can he even learn it yet? No. My Wizardlington can, though. He can learn WAP 2, I believe. Yep. What else? Get some stuff for Wolfston. Provided he manages to not die for 5 seconds. One of these days. I should point out, by the way, it's about 90% just how poorly I'm using him at the moment. It's just... I really could be using him better. Alright, now. First off, holy crap, are you serious? You didn't even have good armor that whole time? Alright. Friggin' Brigandine on you. You deserve it. Like, just wow. You know? Friggin' champion over here. Okay, so her avoidance goes down by 1, but she gets, you know, a little bit more defense. That's fine. Alright, you get the other Brigandine. Actually, no, you're using gloves and legs, so maybe not. I don't want gloves and Brigandine on you, though. Yeah, because his defense was pretty trash. Okay, fair enough. What about you? Can you do anything better equipment-wise? More than likely not. But, manual sword here. Like I said, frickin' canon for this run. These two are just married now. Screw everything else. That is exactly what happens. Yes, my healers are out of order now. It does not even matter, because, like, those two are never leaving each other's side now. Okay, so Quadriga, that's fine. Now, let's see. I believe there wouldn't be a point in upgrading any of these yet. No, I do need 2 of those. Alright. Time to get some claws. Okay, I'm really excited for the update now, because this is the point that I wanted to get before the update was released. Because Baldur is essentially the tier that's getting a lot of the updates, as I understand, as far as side grades and that sort of thing. Alright, Felicia, congratulations on your new weapon, and promotion to just Queen of Friggin' Last Stands. And, as you saw that last time, it's actually far more possible to lose people this time around. Because if at any point you get overwhelmed, the odds of actually being able to go back for them, like if you lose your line, there is a very good chance to start losing to people, which personally I'm excited about. I know that sounds like a very stupid thing to be excited about. Like, but you're going to lose people because you suck at the game, and yes, this may be true. However, shut up, because it's awesome. It means that more stuff happens. Alright, let's see. I think I have 3 light shields and 1 heavy shield, and I'm probably completely wrong on that, but let's go find out. I got a pile of equipment. There we go. See if we can upgrade those Aspies at any point. Yeah, that's worth the avoidance bonus. Still at your same level. You need an S-piece. You also need some armor, so that you stop dying like a chump. No, that helmet... helmets seem like they've gotten buffed. I'm pretty sure I missed the point where they got buffed. But they are far more valuable now, I feel. I don't know when that would have happened, by the way. I just feel like they did. Probably missing something obvious, in which case, I apologize. You know, I miss obvious stuff. It's just what I do. It's just how things go. Okay, what else can I slap on you? New robe? Is that worth it? That is not worth it. That's only 2 points of intelligence loss. That is a fair bit of defense. Yeah, wear that crap. Probably want to get a new thing on you. Well, yeah, that's worth it. Okay, archers need brigandines. So, because I have leather now, I can probably update all this stuff, huh? Alright, get a Tarsh. I can't really afford to upgrade everyone just yet. So these are the only two that got anything skill-wise out of that last fight. I almost feel like it's... You know what? We're actually going to go for a fight at Tynemouth. Basically, I want to let everybody else catch up a little bit after the absolute reaming they took last time. Actually, I never even bothered to save this. That might be worth doing. But yeah, since they took a absolutely merciless beatdown last time, we're gonna go to Tynemouth. Get us a rando. Eventually. Anytime, Tynemouth. One of these days. There we go. They don't necessarily need the levels as much as the skill points. So here's what's going to happen. Everybody else is going to go into this fight. We have 7. So actually we don't need the archers. They did alright. They just got overwhelmed. There's nothing they really could have done there. So we're going to pop these two in. And there we are. Hopefully this party will not suck too much. They have 2 rookies and a bunch of guys that can't really do very much, except for Felix. Felix and Soba are kind of the biggest damage dealers here. But yeah, gonna have... Oh yeah, I actually never actually showed her setup, did I? So, Aracel, she's going essentially fist and short bow. Figure for her setup, she's gonna go for mostly... she's gonna go for the same role as what's-her-face from that last one. The thief that essentially lasted for a really long time, that I really should know the name of, but I completely forgot. So that's what's going to be going on there. Essentially, she's going to be going for mostly leveling up stealing for whenever the steel drop tables get improved. And getting the Reaver Ring, that sort of thing. Getting free crafting equipment. Yeah, going for backstabs. Going to try to go for... trappy type stuff with her too. I'm sure you're just going for the full rogue experience, but while they did fantastic with a dagger, I feel like, you know, more poison is always good. One of those weirdos that actually likes using poison builds. I know. What is that? Now, these 2 chunkers are basically running forward and trying to take out that archer if they can. That'd be the ideal. Right now I want the 2... Well, essentially I want the 2 rookies and Wizard. Actually, Wizard's going to take over this. Can you put him to sleep, please? Good. So he's out of the equation for now. Perfect. Alright, so the 2 rookies are going to mercilessly beat the Christ out of that healer. No pun intended there. Everybody else is going to go for their respective targets. Essentially, the two knights are now probably going to go for that Spellblade instead. And going to have Soba go for that Archer. Because we do not need so many of them around. They're a bit of a nuisance. Punch, punch. Of course, the downside here is I forgot to give him any of his new abilities, but I don't know if they'll be able to do enough damage. So, first off, you need to be rerouted to assist in the murdering of this one. Because right now they can only shut her down, they can't exactly kill her. Because monks are frickin' beastly. Right, buy more healing items. Definitely need to remember to do that. Right. What are your odds of napifying her? None. Your odds of whopping this one then. Right. Now, if that healer is out of range, they should be able to take her out, but he's not going to be out of range, so instead he's the one that's going to get piled on. Actually, wait a minute, no, they can pile on that Spellblade because they went for the wrong target. Good. Fantastic, you know what? This has worked out better than I would have hoped. Sort of. Essentially, this is working out in a manner to which the odds of winning are like 40%, so that's better than the usual. Hang on. Alright. Archer, go bye-bye, please. Almost. Don't like splitting everybody up, but I want this friggin' Archer gone. Don't want to deal with her damage. I want this one gone too. Go, checkmate on her. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, so in terms of archers, and just generally misrepresentations of archers and everything. So it's funny. So yeah, I've mentioned those same comparisons of, well, I meant to get into other stuff too, but of this and Suikoden and all that. So there's this one scene that absolutely cracked me up, just comparing the two of them in terms of utterly overpowered archers. Actually, I should say several consecutive scenes, because there's like 6 scenes in a row where I have a feeling they walked into the design office one day and they're like, you know what? We're going to go from making games to making just strictly archer porn. Because it starts off with like somebody's essentially walking along with their group of soldiers, and they're like, you know, they're just gloating. Like, yeah, you know, we already won this. They're probably in there. They're looking how the hell to run away and stuff like that. And then like a couple scouts come back. They're like, yeah, we're completely surrounded, actually. And it's a bit of a problem. And then just like friggin' 30 or whatever arrows fly in from off screen. Just kill everybody except for one guy who's just standing there looking like a friggin' porcupine. And just like looking around, like he's kind of a lunatic and all that, but he's like shrugs it off. A few seconds later, the same thing happens again, and just this happens several times, and by the end of it, he's just like a walking pincushion, more or less. And then a few scenes pass by, and once again, it's essentially a different group that's being chased. And they just have a bunch of archers standing by as their only actual trap. Like, instead of actually blocking the door, they just have a bunch of arrows being pointed there. It kind of cracked me up, because they're like, you know, they wouldn't have been able to get away if you just put a couple of guards there. Like, all the rest of the time, you can't pass by the guards. That's the one time they decide, no, we're gonna stick a bunch of archers there for intimidation. Then they just run right past them. Crack me up. But yeah. So I started going on about a rant about this last time, but this has been comparing essentially what I'm gonna call Game of Thrones-esque stories. And it was essentially this one, Sui 2, and then, what was it? Friggin' the way FFT handled it, and then how, what's the one I'm thinking of? I apologize, it is still ridiculously late at night, so a little bit brain dead at the moment. Oh yeah, but, I guess it's not exactly the same, but Legend of Dragoon as well. Like, in terms of evolutions of main characters over the course of the whole thing, just the different choices that were made are kind of funny. Like, it's funny, like looking again at FFT recently, it's a little bit funny because, why is he still so friggin' naive by the second act? You know? I wonder what it is specifically about a lot of JRPGs that they feel the need to make a main character that is extraordinarily naive. It wasn't the case for Tactics Ogre. They went in a surprisingly realistic direction, but that's the one... Like, I've been asked several times what I have against JRPGs generally. It's like, I bring it up, like, you know, are there any... For example... You know, I was looking for any kind of Western RPG on the Vita for... Well, for a while now. Because none of them came out, they're like, no, it's only JRPGs on that thing. And, you know, there's generally a non-understanding as far as why I didn't, you know, want to give any of those JRPGs a chance most of the time. And it's really just because of that. The main character ends up becoming a child so much of the time. Like, it's not even the plots or the fact that pretty much every single one's like, oh, I'm a little child who got their parents all super murdered, and now I'm gonna go save the world from demons. It's always demons. Friggin' always a child. And there's always dead parents. Like, okay, maybe not always, but so much of the frickin' time. Like, come on, come up with something else, you know? Yeah, but anyway, it's not necessarily the genre, but so much of the writing that ends up taking place there. I don't really know why they stick so hard to so many of the tropes. Like, even when it's very well known that they're a bit overplayed, you know? God, especially the last ones there. Why is it always frickin' demons? There was this one show that I was recommended a while ago, called Paranoia Agent. It was essentially, you know, there was a list of recommendations. So I was saying, you know, I could never really get into anime stuff very much for that exact reason. Like, well, go check this thing out, and I started watching it, and it was really awesome at first. And I liked it, and I liked it, and I liked it, because it was basically like if X-Files stuck to one episode for a very long time, and then in the end it was still frickin' demons. I'm like, no! You had a cool story, why couldn't it actually just be a guy, you know? Or anything. Literally anything but generic demons for everything. Why is it always demons? Oh well. By the way, that's not really spoiling anything, because that is the best way I can describe what happens in the ending there, because it's weird. It's super weird. Weird beyond weird. That's the best way to put it. Alright, what are we looking at points-wise here? Alright, Felicia the God Monk here. I guess you get points. I'm seriously considering just having her be the only healer at this point. Yeah. What about you? Have you learned double attack yet? Can you learn double attack? Hell yes you can! Alright, get awesome now. Also, before I forget, Did I put that on him? Yes, I did. Yeah. Wait. Can't even use that. Why don't you learn things you can use? Well, maybe he'll actually do some useful stuff. There we go. And they have a use for meditate. Now, what are we looking at crafting-wise at this point? Actually, before I forget. All of them! Sweet. Just max them out. Not those yet, because we don't really need them yet. Basins for sure. Arians for sure. Friggin', where's my dodge move? Yes. If not for those, they probably would be dead. Okay, Hoplin. I can probably upgrade all of those to Hoplins right away. Fair enough. Like Curious. Yeah, why not? I can need refined ore. Oh, yes it is. That. I mean, like 4 of these and like 2 of these. I'd say burning wood. Textiles. No, medicine. Make tannin. Make a couple tannins, make a couple leathers, make a couple steels, and then make some brigandines. Got extra leather, why not? Ores. Steel, make steel. Please double up on one of these. Come on, please. No. Sell thing. I'm probably not going to use that. I'm not going to use that. Alright. Go buy a couple of our finds, and we should be golden. Oh yeah, now you double up. That's how it's gonna be. You get a couple of harpoons. The lead couple. And some light cuirasses for pretty much everyone. Could make more, but it's a very kind of minor upgrade at this point. Mostly, I need this guy to be able to stay alive better. That's fine. It's, wait, it's like a 3-point upgrade. It's a 3, 3, and a 2. So, it's an upgrade across the board, but generally speaking, we're, you know, it's not exactly going to be the difference between life and death. Just, these are going to be side grade items later, so we'll see how that goes. You get one. You don't, I guess. What about... Is anyone at 11? You're at 11. There we go. Anyone else? Nope. Can't even use the last one. Give you a vigor. Vit. You know what? You need the Vit. No, Vit needs to go to somebody who really needs it. How about you? Is that worth it? Yeah, that's worth it. Yep. That'll be that for now. Tired as hell, so time to go do this sleep thing. Okay, bye.